So all this talk about nature and the water and how that ecosystem is just abundant with nature and beauty has also made me realize something else which may not be as familiar to everybody, which is the effect that we are having on our ecosystem and our environment, and specifically the ocean. By the year 2050, there'll be more plastic in the ocean than there are fish. And that's partly due to the overuse of single-use plastic, but also partly due to the fact that it takes almost 1,000 years for plastic to degrade. So our oceans are unhealthy, there's a lot of pollution. There's one other thing, temperature's rising. I was in Southern California, down the road here, and actually closer to San Diego, with my kids this past August, just a month and a half ago. It was their summer break, and we decided to pack our bags. We're from the East Coast. We were told you got to bring wetsuits because California's cold water. Pack our wetsuits, we land, we go to the beach, and nobody's wearing wetsuits. And we jump in the water. We clearly didn't need wetsuits. We were in the water for 2.5, 3 hours. We got out of the water, and then we heard that that particular day, in the middle of August, the water reached 79.6 degrees. It was the highest recorded sea temperature at Scripps Pier, which is down by San Diego, like ever since they'd been recording sea temperatures, over 100 years of recording sea temperatures. So becoming aware of all of this and trying to, when we were starting Bombora, trying to be more personally and socially responsible, we wanted to bring that into our culture. This is a picture of us, of Bombora. We partnered with an organization called Surfrider. Surfrider is one of the largest protectors of our oceans. And the Bombora team, this is in New York, we piled into a bus and we drove out to Rockaway Beach. And we spent a little more than an hour, maybe an hour and a half, cleaning up the beach, which was a great, mostly a team-building exercise and an educational exercise. We wound up picking up about 60 pounds of trash, mostly plastics and microplastics. And while that's probably just a drop in the bucket, but what we did learn is that by working together through education, beach cleanups, and legislation, that working together we can make a difference. And here at the event today, we decided to make the event as sustainable as possible. So we're giving everybody Apple notebooks. No, not those Apple notebooks. Someone snuck that into the presentation. Those Apple notebooks that you have on your seats, these are, no joke, they are actually made from apples. You can smell them. They're biodegradable. I'm not sure I would eat them, but if we do run out of food, you might want to snack on them. Our pens are made from recycled material. Badges are recyclable. In fact, we'll collect them from you after the event if you'd like, and we'll recycle them for you. So at this point, you might be asking or thinking to yourself, what does this have to do with B2B sales and marketing? I'll tell you.
Hey, did you see our email, bro?
Talk to us today.
Are you okay?
Thought I'd reach out one last time.
Hi there.
Don't miss tomorrow's webinar in New York. Digital marketing workshops
Talk
in
to
New
us
York.
today.
Hi, Erik.
Are
I
you
hope you're having a
okay?
good day. I'm just calling from the software, and I was hoping.
Hey, did you see our email? Join us
Very.
today.
Don't miss out.
Sound familiar? Unwanted emails, phone calls. That's our marketing ecosystem. Our marketing ecosystem, much like our oceans and our real environment, is also polluted. The average American sees over 10,000 messages a day. How are we as marketers supposed to break through that noise? That makes our jobs very, very difficult. I personally have had the experience of waking up, looking at my emails, going through them, trying to delete a whole bunch, and then I inevitably get called out within a week. Did you see that email? Are you going to respond to it? And I go, what are you talking about? What email? And then I find that I deleted it, or it's in my junk email, or whatnot. So it's definitely not efficient. So much like our oceans, there's pollution, and it needs to be cleaned up. The other thing about the marketing ecosystem right now is consumer sentiment. It's at its all-time low. Consumers are actually associating ads with fake news, and they believe that they're disruptive. And they're begging and screaming for legislation. They want us to be regulated. In fact, in Europe, we have regulation now, GDPR. In California here, we're all sensitive to it because of the California Privacy Act. And that's just the beginning, in my belief. I think there'll be more state, local, and maybe probably soon some federal regulation as well. So what are we going to do about it? So the long answer to why we are here today is sustainable marketing. That's why we're all here today. We have a common goal. Sustainable marketing is marketing to people or companies that are interested in what you have to offer, with content that they're interested in a form and format that resonates with them. In other words, doing less. If we all do less and we're more targeted, it's better for us and certainly better for the consumers and the end users, improving sentiment as well as being better for your database. And the best news about this is we're already doing it. We're doing it together. And thank you, by the way, everybody here, because the first step is sharing behavioral intent data. Because what we know is that behavioral intent data in its individual silos, in the proverbial walled gardens, is not scalable, nor is it predictive. But when you put it together, it can be. The other point is that we couldn't do this without the help and without enlisting our channel partners who build specific software and solutions, tools to take that data and to put it into workflow. Because what we also know is that if it's not in your workflow, you just can't use it. So in closing, we are here, the B2B marketing ecosystem, and we're already working together in unison to make this vision reality. So thank you for joining us and doing your part in making marketing sustainable. Enjoy the content today, enjoy the networking, and let's have some fun.